Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Janine McGowan, and I design cross stitch as the blue flower. It's been a month since the last video, and hopefully this one is coming through okay. We've had some technical difficulties, so this is not my regular camera. Also, this is the fourth time I've started this video because I couldn't stop yawning. So I've got extra coffee here. But this time I'm pushing through. No matter what happens, this video is going to be finished. So in the month since I've last seen you, we have had the Jingle Ball. Obviously, I'm clinging to some Jingle Ball spirit because it was such a special event. And seeing all of you there, it's so special. And I can't thank you all enough for coming to the ball, for taking your time, for joining us and for joining each other, for Steph and the other designers who work so hard. It's a really, really special event for all of us, and I hope that you enjoy it as much as we do. So it's a really special time of year, and obviously I'm reluctant to let that Jingle Ball feeling go. But all of the orders have shipped and all the boxes are gone, so it's back to regular schedule, which means I do get to join you again on Flosstube. So, jumping right into regular schedule, we have stitching in action and lots of great stuff to show this time, starting off with Mackenzie, who stitched Moggie Manor and made lots of wonderful changes. Now, I was actually asked at Jingle Ball if Moggie Manor is cat heaven, and yes, it absolutely is. We had a cat named Moggie, and it was done inspired by her and the things she would have loved and what would have been her version of heaven. But Mackenzie was properly drunk with power and turned it into a memorial for her dogs, past and current pups that she has had. And I love her changes so much. So thank you so much, Mackenzie, for sharing that. Next up, we have Sharon, and Sharon finished the Winterwoods Biscornu, which was one of the Jingle Ball classes that I taught. I love seeing the class projects be finished, so please keep sending those through to me. And great job on this Biscornu finish, Sharon. It came out beautifully, and I'm so happy to see it. Next up, we have Tanya. Tanya has two finishes. She did the Winterwoods Biscornu, which came out beautifully, and we've got a picture there showing the mountain on the side. And she did the Christmas Cheetahs, which I'll talk a little bit more about that design later, but she changed out the stitching on those Christmas lights in the Cheetahs for beads, and it's such a fun effect. So I really, really liked seeing that. Thank you so much, Tanya, for sharing it. And then next we have Trudy. Trudy has three finishes. My goodness, you guys have been such good stitchers. First off, she has baby animals, which just came out beautifully. And this is a personal favorite of mine, so I always love seeing it. She said she also did Christmas Cheetahs, and those cats were able to chase away a stitchy bug that she was having. And then she did a holiday card 2025 with the bison. So wonderful stitching, Trudy. Thank you so much for sending that through. As always, if you've stitched a blue flower design, I would really love to see it. So drop me an email with a picture so I can share it here and on the website. On the website is a bit of a work in progress. I'm still figuring out on the new platform how to update the stitching in action page. So I will be catching up with that, but it hasn't happened yet. So for now, things are being featured here on the videos, but not yet updating on the website. I will get that done though in the new year. On to what I'm stitching. I got some time in for personal stitching onto the Cicadas Song Sampler from Cosford Rise. The border is all the way done all around except for one little bird at the bottom, and I haven't done that one because I'm deciding whether I want to do the bird or if I want to put my initials there, and I just haven't quite decided yet. But I actually got to finish the border, which is great. And then I'm on to doing some models for market because it's time to plan for market. So yay. And then Stash Spotlight, I picked up a fair few things myself at Jingle Ball. Thank goodness for the wonders of PDF downloads. I didn't even have to wait. I've chosen just two to show here. Two of my favorites. First one is Capybara Christmas. This is from Lindy Stitches. I mean, look at them. They're little capybara with the stocking and the present. I just love it so much. And then next, this is one of the animal crackers from Stacy Nash, which are always wonderful. I mean, they're all wonderful. But look, you know how I feel about animals in sweaters. Look, it's a little badger in a sweater. and on the back, a little scissor pocket. It's so cute. So yeah, those are two of my favorites from the from the stash that I picked up at the Jingle Ball. On to World Around. Now, I was at a holiday market recently with a friend here, just locally, and there was a Forest Service booth. I love that they come to these. They come to the farmer's market, they come to a lot of these, and they always have some fun displays. But one of the things they had was this absolutely enormous, like a pine cone. I mean, the thing was this big. And so I asked about it, and she said, oh, it's from a sugar pine. And I said, what is a sugar pine? And she said, it is the largest of the pine trees, both in height and in volume. And so, of course, I had to go home and look that up. They are the largest pine trees, both in height and in volume, and they have the largest pine cones. They can grow up to 250 feet or 76 meters tall, and those pine cones can be up to 26 inches in length. You can actually see on these massive pine trees that the top branches are being pulled down by the weight of those pine cones. Now, like a lot of pine trees, they have both male and female cones. The male cones are much smaller and they're lower down in the tree. Those produce pollen, which then gets blown up by the wind to the female cones up at the top, which produce the seeds. But it can take 3 to 5 years for a cone to develop, grow, be pollinated, and produce seeds. So it's quite a long life cycle in those. But I thought it was really so interesting. It's a native tree to the Pacific Coast Mountains, so the Klamath Range, primarily all the way up the West Coast, but it does extend over into the Sierra Nevadas. However, it's been severely impacted by white pine blister rust in the Sierras, and so there are efforts, particularly here up by Lake Tahoe, to keep planting resistant trees to replace the ones that have been lost. Let's see, the seeds are spread by the wind, so they have a little wing that can help them catch the breeze, as well as by animals, and apparently by us as well, because they're delicious. It is called the sugar pine because both the sap and the seeds are a little bit sweet, so lovely to eat. The sugar pine wood is lightweight and notorious for not having a lot of knots and twists in it. It's very straight, but because the tree is so large, it's very straight and available in large sizes. So it's used primarily for things like piano keys and organ pipes, lightweight and available in large sizes, but also doors and millwork, which I thought was very interesting. The largest known sugar pine is in Yosemite National Park and is probably the largest pine tree in the world. So that was quite interesting to learn about. If you happen to see an absolutely enormous pine tree with an absolutely enormous pine cone, you might very well be looking at a sugar pine. Question last video was, do you have a favorite state park? And I realized, and it was pointed out to me as well, that I had inadvertently included national parks in my comments about them. But honestly, I love them all. The national parks, the state parks, all of the public parks I think are great. So question this video is, do you have any snow? We do not have any snow, which is such a bummer. And it's not that unusual for us not to have any yet. I can still plant seeds. It's not too late for us to do the early winter planting for seeds that need to be out and get the winter to acclimate and start to have that time to get cold acclimation. But it does make things a little nervous because we really need that snowpack. So the longer we go without getting much snow, the more nervous it gets because otherwise it's going to be a tough summer. So I'm quite envious for people who not only have beautiful snow, but also have that little bit of cushion for later in the year. So I would like to hear if you've been able to enjoy some snow yet. I have my fingers crossed. Next week we're supposed to get a little bit of precipitation of some sort. So even if it's just in the mountains, maybe we could get a little bit of snow. Best thing, this video, apart from the Jingle Ball, I have been reorganizing my office, which means for the first time in months, there is no longer a printer right behind my left shoulder because now I finally have a table strong enough to hold it and it lives back over there where it should be, but it was too heavy for the table that was there. So I've been able to reorganize a bit and now it can be back out of sight and not quite just hovering over me the way that it was. So that's my best thing. Everything's a little topsy-turvy at the moment, although you can't see it because it's all shoved out of the camera view. But yeah, I always like getting things organized a bit back to the way they should be. On to video. On to giveaway. Last video, it was this copy of Autumn's Hymn with the lovely button pack from Puntini Puntini. The word was crow, and the winner is Deborah Goethe 362. So Deborah, drop me an email with your mailing address and I will get that one off to you. Giveaway this video is this great pattern from Steph at Lindy Stitches. This is one of her Airmail designs. I think it was a couple years ago. This is the Northern Cardinal, done like an Airmail stamp. I just love these. They're little and cute. I have the whole set for myself. This is an extra one that I got at Jingle Ball, specifically for a giveaway. And with that, because it always seems seasonal for me, this, a little bit hard to see, the Royal Dansk Needle Minder cookie tin. And if you flip up the top, it's got the sewing kit inside. Now, this one comes with a flat back, almost like a pin, even though it's a magnet. If you, like me, like to stick your needle minders onto cabinets, let me know and I'll send you an extra magnet for the back to replace that will stick it onto a cabinet for you. So that's the giveaway for this time. Use the word pink in your comments and we'll draw a winner in the next video. Let's see. On to announcements, I believe. Yes, Christmas Cheetahs, the design that I talked about a little bit ago, is the fundraising chart, and that's available only this month to raise money for the Animal Ark, which is our local wildlife rehabilitation and rescue facility. At the end of December, I will take it off the website and then it won't be released until next winter and then just as a regular pattern. So just for this month of December, all of the proceeds from the sales of that chart, which it's only $3 and it's just available as a PDF, will be going straight to the Animal Ark. So at the end of December, we'll total it up, let you know how much we raised, and send that off to them. And I have been loving seeing all of the different versions with different embellishments, like the beads that we saw earlier, and on different fabrics coming up online. It's been such fun. So if you want to get your copy, you can stitch that up and support the Animal Ark while you're doing it. If you took my class at the Jingle Ball, you should have received an email with the finishing instructions. If you haven't, please let me know and I will get that off to you right away. I'm thinking of sneaking in another Tudor design for market since it's full bore market prep here right now. And this I would like to hear from you about. If you want to request a certain animal to be included in the Tudor designs, now's your chance. Drop me a message with your request and we'll see which one I get to pick. I have a puppy video here at the end. It's my one Christmas music puppy video of the year, and I look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks again, which will be in a new year. Until then, thank you so much for joining me. It was lovely to see you. We had to work hard for this video, but it's been great. It's been well worth it, and I hope you have a lovely holiday and a great wrap up to 2025. Whatever you need from the end of the year, I hope that 2025 gives it to you, and I look forward to seeing you again in 2026. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will chat with you again in 2 weeks.